Good afternoon, my lovely peoples. How are you? It's Thursday. It's the 20th of October, and I'm Sam from Be Crafty. How are you? Are you enjoying MDF Day? I am. I think the lives that we have had so far have been spectacular. Just going to move that up so that you can see a little bit. And if you can imagine, trying to make all of my other things work so that as and when you arrive, we can talk about them. Because currently, if you're there, is anybody out there? That was from a film, wasn't it? Yeah, then, you know. Pearl, hello. Annie, hello. Didn't she do well? Dawn, hello. Lynn, hello. Shazza. All right. JJ, hello. So, look, aren't they amazing? Pauline, Fiona, anybody I've missed? Hello. So, I feel like I got like, oh, that's hilarious. My laptop has just told me that Facebook's not available at the moment, but I can see you all commenting on my little phone, so I know you're there. I know you're there. You cannot escape me. So I chose the Gonks because, like, I just love them. Oh, mother, that is my absolute pleasure. Like I say, I can't sit down so I can get my, it's the Gonky Gonks. Whoop, whoop. Did I do the right, was that the right whoop? Oh, I'm just going to sit down and I'll catch up with your comments in a minute, hopefully. I'm not going to lie, I've just put the wheels of my chair on my toe. I must really like all of you because I didn't swear once then. And that was close. Never have I been so close. Anyway, let's talk about MDF, the Gonks. There's just, for me, there is nothing not to love about them. Nothing. They are like awesomely cute. You can hang them, which means you could do garlands. That wasn't my idea, that was Mum's earlier, but my toe still hurts, so I'm just thinking about what someone else said. You need some of what Sam is on today. High on life. I had fresh air this morning and yeah, I'm going to go with that. Windy, hello. But before we get to these, I don't have like high-tech sound effects, so I had to do my own there. I just want to run through a few MDF projects that I was lucky enough to be able to bring home from the shop to show you things that have been done in the past. Now, because we referenced these earlier, I am still going to show you. That's all right, Annie. Go steady. Have a nice afternoon. The scenery baubles. This is going to be a quick show because we've had a technical error and we don't know what it is. But this is them just very quickly showing you. Aren't they lush? Beautiful. We'll rectify that issue very soon and you will be able to look at them. Okay? Next. The Nutcrackers. The Nutcrackers. Now this one, I don't know who did this one, but this I think is parchment paper. If only I had a torch or a light situation to show you, but it's not. So this one's obviously solid on the back by Sally. But yeah, so if you were to put it up against a window, you can sort of see my hand behind. Can I reach a piece of white card without running my foot over again? To try and make it a little brighter. Yeah, so I don't know whether you can sort of see how the light comes through it there. So I think that's parchment coloured with perhaps Ecolines. But yeah, so that's the Nutcrackers. They're awesome. Hello everybody I've missed. Our little MDF mini books. This one is by Annie. and it's lovely. Using the pop-outs from the under the sea bit. This is me seeing if I can find them. Get rid of that. Obviously use those bits, sorry about that. That is part of this mesh here. But they take ink, paint, covered in a bit of paper there, everything. They just take everything. That's a mandala that's been gone through one of the inkable mandalas with some texture paste and then painted, I'm going to guess. And now she's left, she can't tell us. Hello, Judith, Kim, Pauline, anyone I've missed? But isn't that just gorgeous, with some of the numbers from the letters and numbers pop out. That has been sprayed with oxide sprays, just in case you want to know. Then I have this, so the bird cage with one of the Hickory Dickory clocks. Heat embossed. This was done by Janie, and it's lovely. It's just find your destination and find yourself. Gorgeous. Aren't we lucky to have some really cool things? And this is one of the tag books, so you get your book wings with it, with the La Luna range. We also have La Luna pop outs, but I don't know what I did with those. Yeah, so that's that, and that's really it. Hello, Sarah Lynn. Oh, so the baubles that Bev was showing you earlier. So I kind of, you get, oh yeah, again. So you get, oh my goodness, oh my goody aunt. That's a good one, isn't it? My sons, they've got a giddy aunt. Giddy kipper. So, you do get 6, essentially. So it's a set of 6. But I decorated a couple. So, this one, I'll just leave that there because it's the middle outer one. Oh yeah, because I did that as well. So that's the middle out of this one. I've used a wordy sticker in the bottom that says "This house believes," and then I've used a lot of the steampunk and junk, so little screwdrivers, little keys, little wrenches, little spanners, and then I filled it in with glossy accents. The bottle's right in front of me, I should have known that. Then this one, silver. I'll explain how I've coloured them in just a second. Also filled with some steampunk and junk. A little skull. That's a ribbon slider, so that stays slightly proud if I turn it that way. Silver cogs, a silver clock, a little dinosaur, and a autumn wordy sticker that says "Creep It Real." Now, if you're asking me where "This house believes," because that would be a Christmassy wordy sticker, wouldn't it? They're coming next week. Very soon indeed. But I couldn't not use it. Sorry, I just had to have a drink. I couldn't not use it. Now, the brilliant thing about this set is how many bits you get. All these bits. Obviously, there's 4 bits contained just there. This is just a middle out of one, and I've used the Circles for Circles big one to colour in. Yay, new stickers! I do have fun with them. These stickers are from Wordy Stickers Set 1. I may be wrong, highly unlikely. But yeah, I did that. That was quite a fun one. Now, the colouring on there, let me do a supermarket sweep, because now I'm not going to get all that back together very quickly. I could have never done that cup game, you know, the kids had, where they stacked all the cups up really quick. Not for me. Sharpies in gold and silver. Oh. And that, it wasn't primed. I didn't use any gesso on it, on either of them. That one was coloured with the gold one. That one was coloured with the silver one. The circles on there. Oh, I can show you. That's it. That's how good they are. They just do it. So if you've got the letters, for example, that's it. It's that quick. So yeah, metallic Sharpies. We might use those in just a minute. But yeah, if I sort of bring that... Sorry, I have to watch it slightly. But good, isn't it? So, there you go. Right, the steampunk and junk. Does anybody want to see a few bits of those before I get all gonky? They are very cool pens. Very cool indeed. I'll show you anyway then. So, this is just a few bits. This is all on the website. There's slightly less than I had. That is... You can get this in 1, 2s or 3s. And you can colour it in with your Sharpies. So this one comes in silver. But I don't know whether you can see there that I've coloured it in with the gold Sharpie. This is, like I say, this is just a few bits. You don't get all these bits in one set. Oh, that was a strange noise, wasn't it? So cogs, smaller cogs. These are all in different size sets. Like I say, Bev will put you a link up for the section that's got that all in. But little itty bitty screwdrivers and itty bitty spanners and wrenches and supersonic screwdrivers. So yeah, there's all those sorts of bits. Keys. That's the... Oh, so that one that's got the ribbon slider in it, that's what they look like when they're not sunk into a piece of MDF. And you get 2 in a pack. You thought one of the dogs wanted to watch, but he just wanted to go under the blanket that you have on your lap. I think being under a blanket today is an excellent representation of how the country feels. Let's just all be under a blankie, talking about MDF and Sharpies and all the nice things in life. Will I be getting the B one back in stock? The B one? The B... The B... I need to stop saying the B. I'm not sure. Right. Should we do some gonking? Gonkety gonk. Oh, actually, I've got something else to tell you before we do. So, you can colour these in loads of ways. We'll tie it in. Oh, they're on order. There you go. You can colour these in lots of ways. So, we can gesso them. White or black gesso. If you have white gesso, you could put ink in it to make it another colour if you wanted to start with a base gesso rather than just a white paint. You can use shimmer paint. You don't have to gesso before you go onto these. Or you can acrylic paint. Now, these colours are fabulous. So you've got Sterling, Ancient. I should have probably done this in alphabetical order, but here we are. Gilt, Medieval, Penny, and Rosy. Now, to see them on straight onto what I like to refer to as naked MDF. So that is rosy. So that's how your MDF looks to start with. And so that's that one. Obviously, because of the plastic bottles, it doesn't really give you a true representation, but that's how it looks. So they've got a slight shimmer to them. Then we have Gilt, which is like a really sort of rich goldy colour. Now, it's not massively different to the MDF, but because it's got that slight shimmer to it, it's very cool. Then we have Medieval, which is a darker colour, but again, still got that nice shimmer. And Penny. So that is quite different. Slightly more sort of orangey tones, but it's just a lovely, lovely sort of brassy gold colour. So that's those. And the two that I haven't shown you, oh, hiya, Sterling and Ancient, is because I thought we could use them. How about that? What do we think? So I thought if I keep all of those out, it gives me quite a good base to show you lots of different ways. Okay. As a general rule, I dry brush onto the MDF because it means that I'm not getting the MDF too wet. But obviously if you're going to blend colours, you're going to need to use maybe just a little bit of something. You can do these for outside projects. You just need to make sure that you really, really seal them with something very outdoor. Make sense? Okay, now I've thrown lots of things about to that side of my desk. Let's move on, shall we? There goes something else. You're imagining them on your tree. I'm imagining them on my tree. Doing something other than things that will match my tree, that's slightly different. So, first one, I'm going to try and get all of these done. Having spoken for 20 minutes, I don't know how doable that is. So, this is white gesso. I won't put too much out because I don't like to waste it, you know. It's a relatively dry brush. I've got a minging piece of tea towel there that I just sort of wipe it on. So I'm going to do the whole thing. And I'm going to stipple it on there to keep the texture. Now, something that, if you don't want, so can you see how it sort of looks slightly textured? If you don't want that, you can just standard brushing it on. Now, the reason I stipple is so that I can get into these other bits. But you see how quickly it goes on and how well it covers. I didn't get enough. Obviously, the thicker layer, the thicker your layer of paint and or gesso is. Now, if you see how intricate these words are, it covers them brilliantly without losing any of the detail. How cool is that? So I'm going to lift him. You see how it keeps all of the detail in there? Now, if you wanted to, see how you can do the insides there? I don't worry too much about that because, you know, if my gonk were to have snow on his hat, for example, that makes quite a cool pattern underneath, doesn't it? Then it wouldn't necessarily get all in there anyway. Now, the other great thing about it is, if you notice a bit like I just have, which needs a bit more, you can just go on again. So, They look great hanging from a mantelpiece. Do you know, I don't have a mantelpiece. So, there's one. And we're just going to leave him to dry for a minute. Yeah. Okay. So, next one. We are going to come back to this, by the way. He's not just getting left like that. We're not just going to sort of leave him there. But what we are going to do... My chair has caught Bev's chair squeak. Must be where it ran me over. So, let's go for... Now, these two colours are the colours that you will get with spends over... oh, right, okay, let's do some damage control there. So he's having a purple hat. So can we just take a minute for how brilliant that colour looks? I don't know whether you can see. But it looks fabulous. I'll take a little more care as we get up there. And then when I come back to do the snowflake, which we're going to move over to one of these guys for, I can cover that purple up there. So, purple hat. Purple boots. And the great thing about doing it this way is it's exactly how you want it to be. Purple gloves. Not being sort of massively intricate about it, because everything else that I'm going to do to him we can iron out with a white pen. So there we go. Okay, so that's him. I couldn't decide which colour I was going to use. Then these two that are left. So we're to go... Oh, I've missed a statement somewhere. Oh, A2 size. I don't know whether I've got enough paint for that. So, the sterling, we're going to go straight on and pop that on his snowflake. The reason we are going to do that is because I want to come back and put some sparkly on him. So that's going to need to dry just a little bit. Like I say, this is all dry brushed on. I haven't used any water. That doesn't mean you can't, it just means I haven't. And then while we've got it, I think we'll go into there. Using the stippling effect, what it does is it means that you can, like I was saying, you can get into those intricate details without actually overstepping anywhere that you want to go, even though the brush is probably technically too big for what I'm doing. I don't I don't mind, you know, because why would I? Okay, so we're going to leave him to dry for a minute. Something that I haven't talked about that you can use on these Stickles glitter gel. Can we see where his nose is coming from? That is obviously going to happen. I say obviously, I hope it's obvious. They're going to be right at the end, because once you've added that, there's nothing else to happen, because you need to then leave it to dry. Okay. Ancient, which kind of describes how I feel right now. So I'm going to do this whole thing in gold, all in the same colour. I can come back and sort his nose out afterwards. And like I say, it just goes on so quickly. I mean, the detail it keeps in there is just fantastic. Did it just go dark? The reason I just sort of flicked across there is because of the way those diagonal lines go. I just wanted to lift any excess product out of there. Now this one matches my house. Oh, that's a good idea. Teacher gifts. That is a good idea. Now they don't, when you put the gold on there, they don't essentially look too much different. But when you sort of put them side by side, that's sort of where you notice it a little bit more. Oh, my paint water is an absolutely disgusting colour now. While I've got you all captive, you don't think it's got light? That's probably very accurate. But yeah, whilst I've got you all captive, just want to say a very big thank you to all of you for today. It's lovely to have Elsa. It's lovely to have you all just here with us, just here, being here. So yeah, thank you. Right, done all the sentimental stuff. I'm going to get a slightly more detailed brush, because I'm just going to sort of move them up the bus a little bit. And some of the gold that I've got left here, oh, we'll just dip his hat in there. That's fine, isn't it? That's not the detail brush I was looking for. That is. So some of the gold on there. And I'm just going to gently brush the tips of his boots. And the great thing about doing sort of little projects like this is that as long as it matches what you want to do, that's all it has to do. The words. We love that the things that we try and bring you are for you to do what you want with them. It's not for us to sort of tell you how the hows, whats or wheres of what you should be doing. What we do love though is when you come and tell us what you have been doing. We do like to see what you've been making. Did someone in Aberdeen sneeze, Elsa? You Me and Bev were talking about this the other day. Chit Chat Friday. We were trying to work out how many of you actually come to, and the answer is fine, by the way. How many of you actually come to see what's been going on, and how many of you actually just come to see the dogs? So, bit more on the tips of his shoes, just along the bottom there. Tips of his gloves. So this is kind of a rusticy one. Then the outer bits of that bauble top. Maybe I didn't need quite such a detailed brush, but I felt like I did, so, you know. Yeah, listen, Shireen Broadhurst, I know exactly why you're here on a Friday. I am not. Actually, I am quite daft, but, like, I'm not immune to knowing why you were here. In fact, I think anyone could have answered that question on your behalf. And then he's going to get a little gold nose. I suppose technically, by comparison to the size of him, his nose is actually quite large, but you know what I mean. And then just edges of the snowflakes. Again, nothing precise. Keeping the centre, as she brushes it, white. And then if I grab my little cloth, Rusty's a bit of a hunk. He's genuinely upside down asleep on the sofa right now. That's it. So let me just wipe that. I think the paint might have dried. What do you think? So yeah, that one is done. I love him. So then this one, it's so cute. So this is back to the white gesso. Oh, that's more than I had planned. The same brush I was using purely because it's the one that I have there. And that changes entirely how his little hat looks. So we might as well give him spotty shoes as well, because I love him. I love him. So, wasn't quite what I planned to do, but beans, I've got some white paint out. What I'm thinking is we'll turn him that way. Sorry, just making sure you can still see. If you can't, I'm going to need someone to shout. And like I say, realistically, gesso isn't a... It doesn't need to be a hugely thick paint, as it were. But it does such a lovely job on the MDF. Oh, thank you, love. It's funny, isn't it, when you change a plan, because so we've changed the plan, or I've changed the plan purely because I put too much paint out. His nose, I haven't decided. Would you like to pick what colour his nose is going to be, Beverly? I am going to do that central. I'm going to do his outer nose in white. Please paint mine before you... Okay, we're going to go back to a slightly thicker brush. Just want to wash my brush off and then wipe it there before I do a Beverly and leave it in the water. When I say do a Beverly, it's something that I would do too. So, yeah. So the word is going to be white as well. Believe. That's so cool. Sorry, I've gone quiet because I'm concentrating. Just 1 second. 1 second and I'll be back in the room. Although do feel free to talk amongst yourselves. That's entirely allowed. It's so lovely. This used to be a tea towel that I'm wiping these on. And essentially the dogs played tug of war with it. Here we are. Here we are. Right, I think with that leftover white, I'm going to go turn him upside down. And on the edges of my silver snowflake, I'm just going to put essentially a dusting of... just a dusting. Oh, I'm glad the sun's decided to put in an appearance. I'm going all over. It's going all over. Well, he's cool, isn't he? Right. He's going to get a sparkly nose. Because I think, you know, why not? So we'll just pop him over there. Yeah, this used to be a tea towel. The dogs played tug of war with it. I turned it into a paint towel. Because, yeah, waste not, want not and all that. Easter honks. Honky honk. Sorry. So then this one, what could I do with him? Oh, he is almost dry. So I think, is red gonna look insipid? I don't want to give him a green nose because that's weird. That's what the red one looks like, by the way, just so you know. That should be Gonks. It's autocorrect. 3 times. I love autocorrect. I think autocorrect and its blunders, just for clarity. Sorry, just while we're talking, I'm just going to grab my red Ecoline and see what it looks like. Oh, it's cute. It's cute. I just need to bring it back over and do it properly now. Okay, that's fine. He's allowed a red nose. Autocorrect is Wendy's best friend. Like, I absolutely love autocorrect. You know the things that you see on like social media? Oh no, we're going full on. We're going to put some of this on. I just wanted to see. I thought I'd left the lid off and it had gone funny, so I've just used the end of my paintbrush to see. But what I'm going to do is grab some of this Stickles glitter gel. And just pat it on. It has got a slightly pink undertone to it because it's got little bits of pink glitter in, but I don't mind that. I don't know whether you can see. I'm trying to move it so that you can. I don't mind that because he's purple. The pink doesn't bother me. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to roll it into a ball. So that it stays quite 3D. Pokey tool. So what that needs to do is it needs to just settle a little bit. Yes, yes. I don't think anybody has ever meant duck. So if you see, if I turn that to the side, that's why I don't want his nose to fall off. But I just wanted to show you how sort of raised it stays. The glitter gel is also brilliant on your nutcrackers. That sounded weirder than I thought. Yes, Ecoline base coat. I just wanted to know if the red would work because I could cover it up. But yeah, if you look, it stays quite... can you see that? Look how twinkly it is. But yeah, so it just needs left and then it will settle. So that one, just about done. This guy is going to get a thin coat of, this one's obviously my favourite, there's not much left, of moon dust through the middle of his snowflake. Again, I'm going to stipple that on so that it stays textured. The glue part of this dries clear, so that's always nice. There you go. So I don't know whether you can... Trying to do a bit of a telly twinkle there. Oh, maybe we'll just bob a little bit on the top of his bauble. Yes. So that's cute. And then there's this one here. So I'm going to grab my white Posca pen. And white nose. You'll notice, I hope you'll notice, there's not sort of a massive precision element going into this. But what this does is it breaks up. So it was quite a block of gold colour, which essentially I don't mind because that's the colour of my my Christmas theme. It's always cream and gold, and I'm fully aware that this is in fact a white pen, but over the gold I don't think it really sort of matters too much. What did that just say? I'm pretty good at this. Well, I suppose that's a blessing that you think so. And I suppose it means I'm not, you know, at least I'm potentially in the right job. Brilliant. So I'm going to outline the tree. Now regretting talking so much at the beginning. And then the little squares are going to be white. Some of them. Also spotty shoes with snow on the tips. And his bauble hanger is white. I might not like this. I was deciding whether I did as I did it. I'm going to smooth it out. I don't totally love it. That's all right. I have a plan. We will cover it with sparkles. Because, you know, a snowflake is essentially sparkly. Let's go for Nebula. Now this one's got... I'm going to use a bigger brush because it's got quite big... I don't know whether you can see. It's got stars in it. There's one. So it might be that I need to do a bit more sort of cleaning out, using the pokey tool to sort of clean bits out of the crevices. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to anyone who cringed at the word crevices. But you know. So let's get that in there. Get the pokey tool. We are nearly there. Well, Shireen, I think you have done very well, darling. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my pokey tool to move those stars around, clean out the aforementioned crevice, position those stars how we want, and then I think I am going to be so bold as to say that those three are done. Go starfish. Now, a really quick way, if you don't want to do painting, that's why I've done these first, and then we're just going to do this little guy super quick last. So, traditional Christmas colours, red and green. Now, you can colour your MDF. You feel sorry for naked one, Shazza, it's okay. We're going to dress him up. So your Ecolines will go straight onto here. Straight on, okay? Don't worry. If it matters, I'm using forest green and carmine from the Botanic set. Okay? So, look how quickly that colour goes onto there. Because the reality of it is that the painting side of it isn't for everybody. It's just not. The reason I'm not doing these snowflakey bits is because I'm going to come back with a white pen and do those, okay? But look how good the colour goes on. Because they've got that fine sort of nib on there, you can do the detailed bit if you like, without compromising. You can have a green moustache, because, you know, like, why not? Why not? I don't think there's a reason. So, is Baubles green? Mind yourself, Shireen. And the thing about if you're using the pens to do these, it's very ish. Don't I mean, the other thing is, if somebody gets that up close, like that up close to I've just realised I didn't do the edge, to detail your gonk, then they should probably just back up a little bit. You know, don't expect my gonk like that. Shireen's making this more difficult for me, okay? It's not my fault. So, red nose. Are you alright there, Alex?
Yeah, just about.
Sorry if you could hear him coughing. Red gloves. I've missed some corkers. Well, I have actually been concentrating to bring you the epitome of gonkness. You know, what was I meant to do? Where did my pokey tool go? There it is. So, red ribbon. Looks like it's his tail curling up underneath. Not sure whether gonks have tails, but I've never met one, so I don't know. But like I say, these ones come together very quickly. Why not? Just give him some red hair. Because why wouldn't we? We'll make his, we'll make the top of his bauble red as well. You lot are terrible. Absolutely terrible. Silver Sharpie. It would be invading the Gonks personal space. Oh no, gold with red and green. Sorry. Oof. The point of me doing this one this way was to show you how quickly we can do this with pens. That bit should be green. Why did no one tell me? Yeah, so if paint isn't your thing, because it isn't for everybody, because it is messy and that just happens. Pretty sure I was thinking about it. I said I was going to do these white, didn't I? Never mind. But like, so this edge here, if that was slightly more over and we wanted to tidy it up, the gold will cover straight over that. It's brilliant. So the hangy bit of his bauble is gold. And his word is going to be gold as well. And hopefully I haven't gone completely over the time. Little gold highlight on his nozzle. A bauble can have a tail, just on top. Okay, so there we go. In 1 hour, we have talked about everything on Everything MDF. I'm just going to turn my light on to see if it helps any. As we are nearly finished, you know, why wouldn't we turn the light on now? Has anyone seen what? Oh goodness, what have I said? Anyway, hopefully nothing too terrible. There you go. We are done. So yeah, distress oxides, oxide sprays will work, your Dylusions sprays. The things that we've used here haven't really covered off a lot of what you can use, thinking about it. But that's all 4 of them done. They're well cute, I love them. So, thank you so very much. I just noticed a really messy bit there. So, yeah, gold pen to the rescue. Thank you so much for joining me. With a minute to spare. They're on the website. I think Bev's put up links for everything. Sally! Hello, love. Are you having a nice holiday? Thank you so much for joining me. You are all wonderful. Beverly will be back at 7 o'clock. I will be here too. Not doing this because we've already done it. So go and get your snacks ready. You don't even know what's for tea? Pfft, teach me. Just get a snack bag ready for 7 o'clock and we'll be back then. Have a lovely rest of your afternoon and I'll see you in a bit. Take care. Bye.